Alright fellas, here we are back in Pokemon Masters. Today we're going to be doing a showcase of Holiday Bugsy and Kricketune. So, Holiday Bugsy here is a very solid support field sync pair. Of course, he's got the ability to enhance bug types. Obviously, support field. He's able to set the circle here for a better enhancement of his team. Upon his first use of the buddy move, he sets Bug Zone, so, bug type leading, right? But doesn't have to just be bug types. He can also enhance, pretty much any character for the most part because of the fact that, Johto Circle does not have to just apply to Johto characters or anything like that. He can actually buff all allies, which is really good. I mean, he's got other abilities as well, like Struggle Bug here with the special attack debuffing, which is also AoE. He's got the Trainer move, which effectively acts as a potion. He can heal ally HP by up to 40%, remove status conditions, and apply gradual healing and endurance, which is very good healing, very good status, negation or mitigation or whatever. And again, that endurance could be very helpful too. His buddy move here has a lot of good effects as well, which is activated when a circle is in play. It does not have to be the Johto circle, but it can be any circle, which is obviously good. It lowers one of the target's falling stats by 2, which is all of the stats besides crit, and it raises his stats by the same amount, so you, for example, lower their evasion, and you buff your own evasion, which is obviously really good. And it restores his own HP by however much damage he does. It's 120 power move. His attack stat is 323, which is very respectable for a support character, meaning he's going to be able to heal a lot of HP every time this move is used. And it also heals all ally HP by 10%, and again, sets Bug Zone the first time that the move is used. So Bug Zone, random debuffs, random buffs, very good healing for himself, solid healing for the team, on top of these potion-esque trainer moves here. Bugsy's got a very good base, for sure. And then it's not even considering the passes, which he has team physical and special boost on setting the circle, which is already the effect of setting the Johto Solidarity Circle, giving allies physical and special moves next, on top of applying the extra buffs from the circle. He now gets, basically double those benefits, except for the circles. The circle's existence benefits, but those immediate benefits of getting the physical and special moves next is effectively doubled because of this passive. He's also got team defense and special defense up 2 upon setting the circle, buffing all allies' defenses by 2, which, that's up to +4. If you do have him with dupes, he does get sync burst in the grid, so that could be up to +3. And of course, that's his best way of buffing defenses for the team. Still good. And then Focus Group 9, raising ally crit anytime the Pokemon uses a move, meaning he can max crit over the course of 3 turns. So, of course, people who are always big into crit, or having a support that can buff crit, here you go, Bugsy can do it. So, yeah, obviously he's got a lot of great traits. The debuffs, the Bug Zone setting, the Johto Circle on top of the zone setting, the great healing, the great defensive utility. Bugsy's got it all, right? And he's also got good offensive utility on top of the circles and the physical moves next and special moves next. It's pretty good. So let's go ahead and hop into some battles and see just how well Bugsy is able to handle himself and in some different game modes. So the first battle is in the Battle Rally against a support field stage. This is Area 5, which is not super difficult, but this was also a battle challenge instead of like a stadium stage or anything, so it does have a fair bit of difficulty to it. I forget what the parameters for the stage were, but honestly, I'm not gonna lie to you and say that Bugsy did a whole lot, because he mostly just acted as like debuff enhancement, because we also have Arc Suit Steven here acting as one of our strongest supports. Who also, of course, helps, apply boosts to the team. Well, anyway, obviously Bugsy's able to do a little bit of enhancement with Eriott because he's able to buff her special moves next, which went into the buddy move there, and also setting the circle is still a buff for Eriott, even if she is not a Johto character. It still provides some actual buffs to the team, so it's not limited to just being Johto characters that get the buff. Anyone gets it, but it's more powered up the more Johto characters on the team. We're also, again, able to debuff stats, buff the entire team's healing. That's obviously pretty strong. He's also got gradual healing here from Eriott's trainer move. So if you can stack layers of, healing in a sense, then obviously the team's going to be immortal. Like, Arc Suit Steven plus Bugsy as a tag team. You've got Steven constantly healing the team with Team Trash Tank and potions, and then you've got Bugsy with his own set of what are effectively potions, and then also giving the team that damage reduction and the healing with gradual healing. So it's pretty crazy how much you can stack healing depending on if you want to do like a double support setup or what characters you bring or whatever, because again, Eriott is not like a support. She has a support role, or EX role, but not primary, and she's able to apply gradual healing to the team. So combine that with all the potions and other healing methods, and well, we're kind of cooking, right? We can combine the Johto Solidarity here with the setting of the Ice Zone and get some effectively kind of like double buffs, I guess, in the sense where you got Ice Zone to buff Eriott's moves and also the +2 special moves next, which nearly one-shot Raihan here, which is obviously good. Again, I don't remember the gimmicks for this stage or anything like that, but we were able to get in our win here. Very, very nice. Support field bonus. I mean, Bugsy is obviously able to do a good catch-all type of supportive role. Like, of course, he's going to enhance Bugs more than most, or I guess Johto characters as well. But, again, that good general enhancement of being able to buff, defensive stats, because that's always going to help any character, provide those defensive buffs and offensive buffs of the circle, and the physical and special moves next and all of that, and the crit buffs, makes him a pretty decent general supportive character that can be kind of slotted in a little, mostly anywhere, and be able to provide good sustainability to the team, and not exactly be a hindrance or anything like that, which is great for sure. So not too bad at all in the battle rally for his performance. Let's move on to a champion stadium stage and see how he prepares well with other bug types. Alright, and the second battle is again in the Champion Stadium, where we've got ourselves Lucamine and Guzma. I wanted to use both free-to-play, quote-unquote free-to-play, bug options for the Champion Stadium alongside Bugsy to see how his mixed enhancement works. Bugsy's really, really solid at enhancing a character like specifically Alder because of his special attack debuffs, or Viola because he can do debuffs, which helps to activate her multipliers. But again, just generally good supportive abilities are obviously going to be great for buffing any bug type or any character really in general. And I mean, that's kind of reflected here with Lucamine and Guzma, who don't really have too much synergy with Bugsy, but as long as they're able to buff their own offensive stats, it doesn't really matter, because Bugsy's giving them the circle boosts for the physical and special moves next, the Bug Zone for their direct damage increase, and maybe some debuffs in the form of defensive debuffs if you were to get lucky enough on using his buddy move. We did not, but not really the point. Anyway, Guzma, of course, here under the Bug Zone, and Johto Circle is just going to be able to completely annihilate the stage. Doesn't really matter that we miss any cues or anything like that. The gauge is pretty slow, which is one of Bugsy's bigger downsides, is that he's not really able to help out with gauge too much. Thankfully, his moves are not very gauge consuming, being 2 gauge only, and also one's a buddy move, so it has a pretty long animation. It's not the worst thing in the world for sure, but it is definitely something to consider, is that if you're going to be running him with this character, you may want to bring someone or have some way to apply extra gauge to the team or something like that. Just it's going to be pretty dependent upon that. Again, as you saw in this battle, Lucamine and Guzma, they were pretty gauge hungry and couldn't always queue up appropriate moves, but it's fine. It's not really that big of a deal, especially when Guzma just completely shredded the stage under that Bug Zone support, right? It was pretty nice. So, yeah, anyway, there was the battle versus the Champion Stadium. Let's finish off against Azelf in the Legendary Arenas, with a setup that's not exactly, quote-unquote efficient, but it's pretty fun still. So the final battle here is against Azelf, where we've got ourselves double Bugsy set up to fight it well. So, double Bugsy is pretty fun. This is not exactly an economic duo. I mean, it is not like the most inefficient thing ever, but I mean, Holiday Bugsy already handles this stage extremely well, with being bug type, being able to do super protection damage is pretty great for support, and also just being able to really shut down a lot of Azelf's damage, despite the fact that we get hit with the defense crushes, the mind games and stuff like that. I mean, Azelf is very hyper offensive focused for a Legendary Arena. It focuses on debuffing your defenses and somewhat buffing its own stats, and also having that very, very annoying damage reduction gimmick of being able to only take a certain type of damage from regular moves for each different half bar of its 3 health bars, right? Which is, could be annoying to deal with, but Holiday Bugsy shuts it down very well. We're running Enlightenment 9 as a lucky skill, which mitigates damage reduction, the damage taken even if your defenses are debuffed, so it's as if the game knows, is like, okay, your defenses are debuffed, well, we'll mitigate how much damage you actually take from having your defenses debuffed, and well, Bugs is able to take a whole lot less damage, and he's also able to heal up very, very well off of the usage of his trainer move, which I never had to use once this battle, by the way, and his buddy move, right, being able to heal up HP for himself depending on how much damage he does, and also able to heal up the team with that 10% total HP, right, which is really, really strong. So we're able to get down to the half bar here, and he's also able to, of course, enhance regular Bugsy pretty well. We can max out our crit. We can keep Bugsy healthy, because regular Bugsy's not the most defensive character in the world, for sure. I mean, he's got evasion to be able to dodge attacks, but not exactly a character that can tank a lot of damage. So we're very, very thankful that Holiday Bugsy is able to really pick up the slack there. Even though, again, it's not the most economic soul ever, it's still, relative. It's obviously going to be effective. I mean, that's just doesn't need to be stated. So, pretty much just out-survive Azelf, even with these usually high-powered attacks. We don't care. We really, really don't. The -6 special attack, the -3 attack, the random debuffs do help, of course, on Azelf here with the usage of the buddy move, but it didn't even really matter too much, honestly. It really just didn't. Even with the bug zone now gone, we're already at the bar where it's a lot easier to actually fight Azelf, because the hardest part of Azelf is easily bar 1, where your tank is not really your team doesn't really have a lot of sync buffs. It's not really ramped up in damage yet. It's really getting started, and your tank getting hit with constant attacks can be pretty annoying. But from where obviously Holiday Bugsy is such a really, really good support, it can handle Azelf's onslaught very, very effectively. And the last bar here is pretty much no challenge at all. We've got ourselves the circle. We've got ourselves the physical moves next. From the usage of the circle, you've got the very strong buddy move that's still doing a ton of damage, despite the fact that Bugsy is, of course, a support. And we're really cooking here. We're at the 50% HP, but I'm pretty sure this takes out the entire bar. Yeah, goodbye. 14,000 damage done from a support character without its respective zone up is pretty crazy, and no multipliers, obviously. So, yeah, there is Holiday Bugsy against Azelf alongside regular Bugsy. Again, not the most economic duo, for sure, but I wanted to do it anyway just because it'd be pretty fun, and obviously still shows that Bugsy can really, hold his own, and hold his own for the team as well. He can provide so much great healing and great defensive utility that you are going to be very, very fine to bring a lot of lower level defensive characters to be able to, be kind of supported under his safety net of all of his defensive utilities. So that's cool. Anyway, that was the Holiday Bugsy and Kricketune showcase. Let me know what you think about them down in the comments below. Very, very good bug enhancer, and also just a good general enhancer with all of their defensive tools and healing properties and stuff like that. So yeah, very, very great support. Definitely worth picking up. But of course, we've got a ton of other stuff out right now that's probably just worth picking up a lot more, like the upcoming Champion Blue rerun. That's going to be nuts. So yeah, anyway, I'll see you later. Hope you all enjoy. Good luck on your summons, good luck on your skipping, and have a happy rest of December. Merry Christmas, happy holidays, and all that good stuff. So yeah, I'll see you all later. Peace.